Hello, my name is Toby, and I am here with the MYMACC Podcast talking about AI and its uses in content creation. I am here with my guest, Steve. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Steve.
Yeah, so I own my own business out in Trufant. It's called Business Growth Engine. So we use AI a lot to create content and to help businesses that we serve grow and scale their business through with AI and automations.
All right, so my first question for you is how much do you use AI in your content creation?
I use it quite a bit. It kind of actually comes down depending on what type of content we're creating. So, for instance, right now I'm creating a lot of videos. So I'm using AI to develop the storyboards for them to really help flesh out the ideas so we can record the videos and put them on there.
And so I would say to you, I'm assuming AI has overall been helpful for you?
Yeah, it depends on what it's used for. So, like, text-based format, planning, organizing, it's extremely helpful. But when it comes to like image generation, things like that, like it's not as helpful. Actually, kind of makes a lot of pictures look kind of creepy. But it just comes down to the use of it. For content, for text generation, things like that, it's been phenomenal overall.
And now, would you say that AI has affected the standard of content and content creators?
I think it has. There's a big saying right now in the business world that if you're not using AI in your business, you're going to be falling behind pretty rapidly. So, for instance, this got implemented about probably 8-9 months ago with Facebook. If you're running Facebook ads now, you don't even have to come up with the content. They use AI to generate it automatically for you. So it helps speed up the process. But it's a very good thing to use. I always just recommend don't relying on it for everything. It always takes a human eye to create the content, good content overall, but it's really good for that baseline if you're trying to brainstorm things like that.
And now I would like to ask you, how often do you typically use AI for your projects?
I use AI almost on a daily basis. It's really good. One of the things we're doing right now is we're trying to create a video series on business automation and growth for 2025. And every time before I create the storyboard, before I actually create the content, I'm working with AI. So, for instance, yesterday I was actually working within AI, ChatGPT, things like that for about 4 to 5 hours just to help bounce ideas off, refine ideas, and really just kind of develop the plan moving forward. I've noticed the more that you actually talk to it, the smarter it gets almost. But one of the big things with AI is that it's really good if you draft your content and then you put it into AI to refine it to kind of the message that you're trying to perceive.
Would you say there have been any negative impacts to using AI with content creation?
Yeah, there's quite a bit right now. If you just let AI generate your content, most of the time you can tell that it's AI generated. It's not as fluid. It doesn't. It tries to write it as proper as possible, and most people don't talk that proper, so it's hard to justify just creating content and sending it out the door with AI. The other big thing is the copyright protection. If you just generate AI, it's actually not creating the words from scratch. It's pulling the information from online sources. So you have to be careful with that. And I've seen a lot of people. We've actually, one of the businesses that we worked with, they were using a lot of AI, and they actually got in a lawsuit because they were just generating AI and sending it out the door. But they didn't realize that it was actually stealing other people's information and putting it out there for them. So there's some big implications with it if you don't know how to actually properly work with it. That's the big thing.
And now, if you were to give any advice or warnings to the content creators of our community who are aspiring to use AI, what would you tell them?
I would tell them just dive into it. Really try to understand what you're trying to use AI for. So if you're trying to use it to help brainstorm, by all means, use it every single day. Use it as much as you can. They're even talking about the next generation is going to be growing up in an AI world. So it's all about trying to understand what its implementations are. And as of right now, it's just good for organization. It's good for, generating ideas. But if you're going to go down the route of using AI a lot, you definitely want to understand the end goal that you're trying to achieve, because you don't want to rely on AI for all the answers, because it doesn't have all the answers. So really use it as a tool to help generate the content, but go through it at the end before you publish the content and look at it from a human perspective and make sure that it is exactly what you're trying to achieve overall.
All right. And I would like to thank you, Steven, for educating us on AI and its uses in content creation. And I would like to tell my MyMACC podcast viewers that I will see you on the next episode.